Heya, my name's Isaac Brooks, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Runic Studios, and if the title wasn't obvious enough, we've decided to swap to Unreal Engine. Now, I already know what you're thinking, why? Why swap now? We already had a lot of things working in Godot, we had progress being made, so why swap to an entirely new engine? And to be honest, that is a very good question. First of all, I want to preface that this isn't anything against Godot. I still think it's a very good engine, it's a very capable engine, and it's one that I'll definitely still be using for more fitting projects. So, from a tech and programming point of view, it got to a point where Facility was relying on a lot of third-party tools for core features, to be honest, like the behavior trees, for example, using Limbo AI for that, or the 3D debug gizmos. For those critical core systems, an engine like Unreal that has them by default immediately cuts down a lot of development time, which leads me on to my next point of a couple gameplay features as well, like the audio detection and audio emission. That sort of stuff is pre-made in Unreal Engine, which obviously for Godot I've had to make that from scratch. In Unreal Engine, I compare that with something like the environment query system to add extra behaviors to Der Jäger. Again, don't get me wrong, I could entirely do in Godot, it would just take a lot more time. And then the final point that I want to add on to all of this is our artists that we have on board. When they were in university taught them how to use Unreal Engine, how to render in Unreal Engine, and so they're simply just more comfortable with it. And again, just to end, this is nothing against Godot. Just for Facility itself, the crab is outgrowing the shell. Which, speaking of the bigger shell, let's see how we've been filling it. So, to start off, I knew that I didn't want to use blueprints too much. I didn't want to rely on it. I wanted to use more of the C++ capabilities. So, everything that you see was created in a blank C++ Unreal Engine project. So the first thing that I got remade was the player movement system. And I didn't take the standard state machine approach that I usually go for. Instead, I created everything all in my player controller script, and then just used enums for walking, sprinting, and crouching, just to determine how transitions can go from there based off of one value instead of multiple different booleans to check across. I was able to quickly remake the entire movement system within a couple hours, to be honest, and that's down to, again, Unreal Engine having pre-made features, so for the movement, using that movement component. The next thing that we got sorted was the grabbable objects, so these work exactly the same as they do in Godot, and of course, the heavier the object is, the slower you'll move, or the less far, the less you'll chuck it. And then lastly, we have partially working doors. They can't lock yet, but again, they work exactly the same as they do in Godot. The only difference being is that the math calculation to open it and close it is slightly different, and it just makes it feel more natural when opening it with the mouse. So, while we're not exactly at the point that we're at in Godot, we are developing through quite fast, a lot faster than before. And we're not exactly just remaking what we had in Godot in Unreal Engine, we're building it better and on a stronger foundation as well. And I hope that you're just as excited about the Switch as we are. If you enjoyed the video, giving it a like, giving us a subscribe helps out our small indie team a lot. If you're interested in seeing development happen more real time, then go ahead and follow us on Blue Sky, join our community Discord server. And if you'd like to directly support the development of Facility and any future projects that we'll be working on, whilst getting some exclusive rewards, then go ahead and check out our Patreon as well. So that's everything I want to talk about, so I'll see you in a bit.